Alright, here are 5 tips that you should know before starting flight lessons. The first tip kind of plays into the second one, but the first one is I recommend doing a discovery flight to make sure you actually really want to do it. I already did a discovery flight and I'm actually doing flight lessons right now. That's why I'm making this video. But discovery flight was awesome. It made me want to fly even more because you get to learn even more, like how the plane flies. You get to actually operate the plane, and it's really good. And the reason it goes into the second tip is because it's really expensive. So if you really do like it, flying after taking the discovery flight, then yeah, you could do flight lessons and all that, but it's definitely gonna be really pricey. And that's another reason why the discovery flight is good that way. Like if you're like, oh, this is cool, and then you do it, you're like, yeah, actually I don't want to fly. You're not wasting all the other money and time doing flight lessons to do something you actually don't really like. So those are our tips number 1 and 2. Number 3 is that you should probably have a good understanding of the phonetic alphabet. That's like A for Alpha, B for Bravo, C for Charlie, and yada yada yada. It doesn't take that long to memorize. I actually memorized it pretty quickly, and it will definitely be useful because your flight instructor on day one be like, alright, today we're flying on 26 X-ray, today we're flying on 43 Mike Juliet. So you just want to know like what those stuff means. And that's just so like the phonetic alphabet's just for so pilots and if you're in a towered airport, the ATC workers don't get confused with what you're trying to say, and then accidents happen, and you don't want the accidents to happen. Tip number 4 is to memorize the checklist, or at least take a picture of it first and go home and practice it, because the checklist is going to be really important. It tells you how to handle emergencies. Obviously you're going to listen to your instructor too, but the instructor just says he like explains this stuff on the checklist. So for like emergencies, all your emergency procedures are on there and stuff. So you want to know that. You want to know like your pre-flight, so you know what to look for. You want to know like where all the gadgets are and instruments are and what they do. And the checklist pretty much tells you like what you got to do before you start the engine, take off, and all that before you land and stuff. So it's very important to go over that checklist. And my 5th tip is that you should have a lot of confidence while doing it. You don't want to be in the air and start getting worried even if the slightest thing goes wrong, because worry, fear is not good. It causes panic, and when you panic, your mind just starts going all out of whack and you can't really think properly. And for example, if you have an engine failure, your life is on the line, so you'll have only minutes to react rather than a longer amount of time. So you gotta just stay focused, stay calm, make sure you have the confidence to do it. And those are the 5 tips I'm gonna give y'all.